Hello everyone. I'm going to talk about another sort of topic that has a lot for and a lot for against, similar to my breastfeeding one, and it is dummies. So I got told, well, depending on who I spoke to, I got told don't give your baby a dummy because they're never going to take it out, it's harder to get rid of, they'll have speech problems because they'll talk with the dummy in, and yada 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 and all this other stuff. And if you're breastfeeding, nipple confusion, this, that and the other. However, I still bought dummies ready and just in case. So pleased I did. I didn't take them into the hospital with me, but first night baby home, as I said in my breastfeeding video, I struggled to breastfeed, so he screamed, and I don't mean he cried, he screamed. He was in hysterics, non-stop screaming. So no bottle to give him, no breast to give him, screaming 2 in the morning. What do? Gave him a dummy. And he only ever gets a dummy when he is extremely upset or he's tired and he can't fall asleep. He doesn't have one for no reason. He's not really that fussed on them. And a lot of mums I've talked to that have used a dummy do say that their children take their dummies out to talk. They did get rid of their dummies, and my opinion on it was that if I gave him a dummy, that it would stop him from, say, sucking his thumb, sucking a blanket, even though the blanket kind of works in the same way. A thumb is harder to take off him because it's attached. That was my theory. If he started sucking his thumb or his fingers, how do you get him to stop when it's time? A dummy, you can take off him, you can take it away. A hand, you can't. I'm not saying mums can't do that though. Some mums do. Some kids don't suck their thumbs for years afterwards, and every child is different, every parent is different. But what annoyed me was some of the people that told me not to use dummies with their children and were saying to me, oh, you don't want to give him a dummy, you're gonna cause trouble for yourself later on in life, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and then found out they had dummies. So they were very hypocritical and very negative towards dummies, and to find out that they used them made no sense to me. This video is basically just to say, again, do what you think's best. If I didn't give him that dummy that first night, he would have screamed and screamed and screamed. There would have been no way of settling him. He was starving. But a health visitor was coming the next day, so I didn't know what to do. So I was waiting for her. She came in the morning. Luckily he went to sleep because he had a dummy. And it worked for him. Some people say maybe that's why he didn't latch on very well after that, because you gave him nipple confusion on the first night home. He still latched afterwards, just not very well, but then in hospital I kind of feel like he latched on, but it still hurt, and apparently if they latched on properly it doesn't hurt. So I don't know if that's necessarily the case, and I do know of mothers who have dummies and breastfeed also, and there's not a nipple confusion. I think it just depends on your baby. It depends what they want, what they prefer, what makes them happy. And I think a happy mum, happy dad, happy caregivers, whoever is looking after that child, long as they're happy and you can make the child happy, then everything else after that works out great. Because when you first have a baby, you are tired, you are drained, you just want to sleep. Even for an hour, you just want to sleep. And for me, that dummy was my sleep. So I kind of think, do whatever you need to. And even now with a dummy, if he doesn't want it in, he'll take it out if he's crying, and I'm like, oh, do you want your dummy? He just takes it out. He's like, no, I don't want that. And he'll tell me if it's bottle or dummy. As well, he just, during the night it can fall out. Sometimes he cries because he's felt it fall out, sometimes he doesn't. and I'm not saying quote me on this at all, but I was on a childcare course at college, and I went to a group when I was pregnant that also said this as well. Oh, sorry. That when a baby's got a dummy and when they're sleeping, because they're going and sucking on it, when that dummy falls out, they go and they realise it's gone, and then they cry. So that helps prevent SIDS, because they will wake up for it. Whereas if they didn't have a dummy in and they stopped breathing, then the dummy kind of interacts with their mouth. How true that is, I don't know, but that kind of put my mind at ease when I was giving him a dummy. So yeah, it's just for everybody out there. Babies are different. Do what makes you happy, and if you're a pregnant woman, if you're pregnant, tends to be women that are pregnant. People will tell you 101 things, and when you're pregnant, you're like, oh yeah, I'll do that. No, actually, I'll do that. Oh yeah, I'll do that. Oh, and you're constantly fighting with yourself. And then when you have a baby, you're like, oh, I know what to do. Everyone's told me what to do, and you just need to go with your instincts. Do what you would do. Do what makes you feel comfortable. Do what makes you happy. Your baby happy, and don't pressurize yourself. You don't need to. There's no need to make your life harder than it can be with a baby. So yeah, so my video is just to say I like dummies. If you don't like dummies, that is fine. You don't have to use them. However, I do think whether you use dummies or not, just let other mums do what they want to do. Simple as. See you guys later. If you want to comment below any other videos you want me to talk about, then feel free to.